YouTube folks, thanks for watching. What a difference a few days makes. Just a few days ago I was paddling down the Bog River, mid 70s out. Today it's low 40s, feels like it's going to snow. That's the North Country for you. Well, anyway, today's video is going to be about my kayak and welcome back. First, let's talk about kayak. I am not an expert kayaker by any stretch of the imagination. I've only been kayaking now for about 4 years, believe it or not. And how I got into it was a friend of mine was next to me at a campsite and offered their kayak to me. I took it out, didn't think I'd like it, but I liked it. It was one of the things I like to do, but getting out in the water where it's peaceful, you know, you're all to yourself. And that's the thing about kayaking. You can kayak in a group or you can kayak by yourself. 80% of the time I'm by myself. Now, my first kayak, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and I bought a Pelican 10-foot Maverick kayak. And it was a pretty good kayak, I gotta say. In the back, I had a trunk space in the back and a small compartment in the front. And it was good for the first couple of years for day trips. But then when I started wanting to go out further back in and I needed camping gear, it didn't hold the camping gear very well. So this year I had to go out and start looking for a new kayak. Now over the winter, I looked at different kayaks. I looked at Perception kayaks. I looked at the Wilderness Systems. And when I planned a trip over Memorial Day weekend down in Lake George, there's the Lake George Kayak Company. So I decided over the weekend I was going to go over there and look at kayaks. Well, they had two that fit my needs, and what I wanted was I needed the kayak no longer than 12 foot long. Bulkheads in the front and rear to keep my gear dry, and a big enough cockpit to put a big enough guy in. I'm 250 on a good day. Soaking wet 255. So I looked at a Perception Carolina. Nice kayak, front and rear bulkheads, dry storage, but I couldn't fit in the damn thing very well. And I was not comfortable in it. The next one I tried out was the Wilderness Systems, the Pongo, the 12 foot. And I thought that would be the one for me. And as I took it out on Lake George, it was hard to control. I'm out in the water. I couldn't control it as well. And the company recommended an Eddyline. Now, I never heard of an Eddyline kayak until they showed me this one down there. And they let me take it out in the water. I took it out, and boy, it went through the water really well. Now, these kayaks are made a little differently than the Wilderness Systems or the Pelicans. This is a molded plastic. It's not a carbon, it's not fiberglass, but it's a sturdy molded plastic, and it's not a bad rig at all. And I took it out and I liked how I could control it in the water, and so I ended up buying it. And this one here is the Eddyline Sandpiper 12-foot kayak. It's got front and rear bulkheads, so it has dry storage in front and rear. The capacity of this rig is 350 pounds. So I'm 250, 260 and soaking wet. My gear that I put in, my camping gear, my food, my water, my life vest, all that stuff adds up to about 30 pounds more. So I needed something that would comfortably hold 300 pounds. And for even the longer trips, at least another 10 to 15 pounds more. And this is what I decided to get. And I like it. It's been a decent rig. There's a few things on it, and if anyone from Eddyline ever watches this video, there's a few things on it that for a $1,400 kayak they should make a few changes. Let me just say the kayak is big enough, the cockpit is big enough for me to get into. The seat is pretty comfortable. It's got an adjustable back rest on it. Right now I'm at the tallest spot on it, and it's pretty decent. Some of the things that I don't like, one of the things on the wilderness systems, the Pongo, the covers were hinged and they had a locking mechanism on it. And the covers seem to fit really well. These are rubber covers. They got a string attached to them so they don't disappear. And then what I'm worried about with these rubber covers is, one of the things I'm worried about these rubber covers is, it's got the pull tab right here. And I'm worried over time that this is going to start tearing right in here. And, you know, the covers snap on, and right now they fit pretty well. They do keep water out. But eventually, I believe this rubber is going to stretch out of shape. And then I'm going to have to get new covers. And the rear cover is the same way. It's got a pull tab here that you pull up, and you pull the cover right off. And I worry that eventually this is going to tear. And for a $1,400 kayak, I think that is something that Eddyline should change. The wilderness systems that have the little locking mechanism and then the covers, those I think would be much better than these covers. The other thing that I don't like, I wish I had more, was more on-deck bungee. You know, when you carry your supplies, you don't want to put a lot on deck, is what I learned. Again, I'm not an expert kayaker. I read a lot of blogs. I watch a lot of the videos on YouTube there about paddling, and you know, the more stuff you put on your deck, the higher your center of gravity is, and it's easier to capsize. So that's why I wanted something under, so I could put everything under deck. And I kind of wish, I do have a deck bag that I put on here, and I kind of wish that there was more bungee to hold stuff. You know, you want to carry a spare paddle, you don't have a lot of area inside your cockpit. Now that's the next thing on the cockpit. You know, I have the foot pegs are pretty decent. They lock into place easy, they're easy to move. You can see the bulkhead in the back. Everything looks to be sealed quite well. There's the rear bulkhead, and it looks to be sealed quite well. Everything looks to be pretty decent. The one thing that this kayak I wish it had a cup holder, a bottle holder somewhere. Right now I rest it in here, but as you're paddling, the waves go, it falls in behind the seat or it falls down into here. Also, another thing I wish I had was area where, you know, in the Adirondacks, bug spray is a big thing to have, and I like so on this side of the seat I carry bug spray, and this side I carry my bottle of water. With all this space in here, it seems that this side, these sides, you could put a compartment or a netting on that side to help hold stuff in there, like sunblock, lip balm, bug spray, some spare paracord. My old Pelican, it took me to go from Lowe's lower dam up to the upper dam, it took me about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes to paddle my old Pelican up that way. It took me 40 minutes in this, and that was just a nice leisurely paddle. And it's a lot quicker, trails through the water a lot quicker. There is no rudder on it, but it's not a bad little rig. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to follow the adventure. Thanks for joining me.